What's up, guys? Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate everyone who's watching this video. I'm just going to do a quick GBPUSD breakdown on this long trade that I took and that I'm currently in. And I'll be explaining exactly why I'm still in it, even though I'm in drawdown currently. Hopefully we can see this trade play out while we're on the call. But basically, what I'm looking at is GBPUSD has been shorting for a little while now. And I saw on the 15-minute, it created this pattern, and it is a bearish pennant forming here. But I noticed that we had a trend line that was being respected, but it was when it was support to resistance into a trend. So we have the support to resistance creating these lower highs here. So right here will be technically the lower highs. And then we have higher lows that's also being respected. We have this area of structure that failed to break. It just created an equal low. So I'm looking for that to continue to be bullish. Now, the reason why I'm still in this trade is because if you look on the 5-minute chart, you see that it's created a triple bottom divergence with against the RSI down here. So the RSI is outside of the Bollinger Bands, formed a shark fin previously. This shark fin did not play, it just kept dropping, so that's called divergence. Now, once it created that first divergence setup, so it'll be the second touch here, right here. Once it touched there, and rejected, I knew it was forming divergence. Now, once it respected previous resistance or support term resistance, it was either going to completely continue to drop and hit our stop loss, or it was going to form that triple bottom. As you can see, it formed the triple bottom and it is now reacting. So as you can see, I notated here on the account, on the trade, or on the chart, that this will be the last rejection of divergence. So if it does not respect this last rejection, I'm most likely going to pull out of the trade. Now that's exactly how I handle and manage a trade that's in drawdown. I look for the confluence that can still potentially give us the trade, and then I also look for the confluence against the trade. Now, if we have multiple confluence against the trade, I start looking for prices to get out. So that way we're not taking a full loss. We can take maybe even a break even, or we can take half of a loss instead of taking that full 1%. Now, I do usually risk 1% to make 2 or 3%, depending on the size of the trade. Usually my trades are 1 to 2. So it would be 1% for every 2%, 1% a loss. Now, we're getting that rejection that I was waiting for. I'm hoping that it plays out, like every other trade. But we have the shark fin divergence on the 5-minute. And then, of course, like I said, we had the break, the retest of structure, created this nice channel. We had the higher lows and then the lower highs. So I'm looking for these lower highs to hold up and create that another higher low, right around, and our TP is at 1.26550. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. If this decides to respect resistance and continue to be bearish, I'm most likely going to pull out of this trade and take a small loss instead of taking the full 1%. But that is exactly why I took this trade. And this 5-minute candle is about to close. I'm hoping it closes bullish, engulfing this previous candle. And then I'm hoping that the next 5-minute candle engulfs these two previous candles that created that resistance, and then retest resistance. If this next 5-minute candle retest resistance, and then the next 5-minute candle or that next candle breaks that resistance, turning support, it'll most likely go towards our take profit. Oh, nice. You got in at 1.23 even. That's actually a really good. This is the last area of confluence. If it rejects 300, I'm most likely going to get out. I do like that. I did like that much better. Now, the reason why this would also be the last area of confluence is because that is where our last bullish candle closure was before it pushed to that that area, that trend line. So to create this channel, it had to have respected that price at 300 to push all the way to 500, and now it came back to 300. So I'm hoping that at this point it pushes up. If it doesn't respect 300, I am going to close this trade early because that would be the last area. Like if we have a candle closure that turned bullish, um, uh, broke previous resistance, created support, went to 500, and our take profits 5 pips above that to create that channel, then that is the last area. That's the last bit of confluence we have for this trade. Like I said, if it doesn't respect, I will close this trade for a small loss. No, because it would be no. We wouldn't update the stop loss. No, I wouldn't set it to 280 because I won't even let it come to 280. I mean, it's 300 area, so I think price is very accurate. 300 is super accurate. If it comes to like 299, 298, I'm still gonna be in it. If it breaks 298, maybe 295, and this is a scalp, so I'm 100% gonna close if it comes to like 295. I'm not even gonna let it come to 280, because it is, I am risking 1% for 2%. It has to be on point and around 290, right below 300. That's going to be 5 pips away from our stop. So it'll be literally half of what I'll be willing. It'll be a 0.5%. So it has to be completely to a T. And yeah, bro, push. Hopefully, hopefully it continues to push from here. That would be really nice. That would be nice. I appreciate you hopping on, by the way, man. Thank you so much for supporting. A little more time frame to see what's up. Now this trade was strictly off the 15 minutes, so I'm gonna leave it here. I'm looking for this 15-minute candle. It's looking good. We're 3 minutes in, so it's not completely set in stone yet. We're 3 minutes in. This 15-minute candle would have to close above the previous candle, maybe above the previous 2 or 3 candles for it to remain bullish. If it doesn't, it's most likely not going to push. Look at that. We just got a complete rejection right at 320, 318. We're right back to 300. It's just consolidating. That's how you know these levels and these prices are so on point, because it's reacting to them. You have to have some sort of reaction. If you just get breakage, if you just get complete candle closures right below certain prices that you're calling trades in, then there's no confluence there. There's no trade. But we're still in this 5 minute. We got a minute left. It's kind of consolidating. I'm telling you that divergence actually makes sense. And if it plays, this will be a perfect example of shark fin divergence on the 5 minute, with structure, previous candle closures. There's confluence in this trade. I did call our entry at 350. Now the reason for that was because of this previous it was the price before the previous candle closure and after the break and retest. So I wanted to get in at the retest of the break and retest of the previous break and retest, which has a lot of wicks. We have resistance, turn support, resistance, turn support, then then that resistance, turn support again. So that's exactly why I took it at 350 instead of down here at 300. Plus, we were shark finned out on the 5 minute, which I took it off shark fin, multiple areas of structure, and that's pretty much it. And of course, the trend line still made sense with the lower lows and the higher highs. Right now, it's just that triple bottom divergence on the 5 minute with the shark fin. I would be paying attention to this TDI as well, because that's going to determine how long we hold the trade if it does go into profit, because market could just go to a second. Market could just retest that 500 right where that 200 moving averages, or maybe even lower. It could pull a 1-to-1 and then reject and keep dropping, and the bears can stay in play. But I'm pretty sure 550 is gonna be good. But then again, like I said, it would really also depend on what this TDI looks like. Because if these bands start falling in instead of spreading apart, GBPUSD, the RSI could be letting us know that it's going to remain bearish instead of turning bullish. No, you're right. It's not a bad 5-minute close. We have a new 5-minute candle. Let's look at the 15-minute. I would like for this 15-minute candle to close above the previous bearish candle or above the next two candles. That would be a good sign. But yeah, that's basically why I took GBPUSD, and that's why I'm holding it even though it's slightly in drawdown. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to join my free Discord. I'll be posting the link in the description of this video that I'll be posting soon. And I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful night.